Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy, and welcome back to an inspection repair bid over in Marietta. We work with realtors all over Metro Atlanta, and you know, it's so frustrating for homeowners because they'll get their house under contract, and like this homeowner did a ton of work on this house to get it ready for sale and make everything right. And then the inspectors come in and find stuff. Some of what the inspector had to say is correct, some of it is not. And then for a homeowner to sit back and try and find different contractors are coming in with different opinions, and you know, you wind up dealing with 10 or 12 different people. Fortunately with HandyANdy, we do it all. So we do the plumbing, we do the electrical, we do the rotted wood, we do deck repairs, we do pretty much everything except air conditioning and swimming pools. So what you're looking at here is whoever did this siding job decided that they wouldn't reflash this deck, and what they did is they just put some corner flashing and zip flashing over what we think is a 2x2 underneath that piece of wood. And so the inspector correctly wrote it up because right now water's being directed back behind this pseudo flashing, for lack of a better word, and it'll be getting into the interior framing of the house and the sill board that's back there. And so what we would do here is we would actually, you'll see this in our other videos, we would remove this strip. There probably is, this deck was built probably 30 years ago, so there's probably original galvanized flashing back in here behind the siding and underneath the deck. We just can't see it on the bottom edge. Most of this looks to be original wood. I think they've replaced a couple of pieces, so I can't really tell you what's behind there, but we'll put a pressure treated flashing plate along this line from one end of the deck to the other, and that totally obviates the need to have any flashing because now the water comes down the sidewall of the house, hits the flashing plate, and it kicks the water out to the space between these two deck boards. We do it on all our brand new decks. Home inspectors love it. Building inspectors love it. They still, on new decks, they still require us to install flashing behind, but what they don't tell you flashing behind is that eventually that's going to deteriorate and leak too, and you'll never see it. So if you maintain the flashing plate every year, it's good as gold forever. So that's one thing. The other thing they did on this deck, this outside railing over here is really tight. This railing section here, there isn't a screw in this thing. So the homeowner can do it or we can do it, but every one of these balusters needs a screw in it. There's 5 or 6 posts around this deck that need bolts, like this one right here. This whole thing's nailed together, but you can see in the video, I mean, I'm a pretty good sized guy. I can't even move this railing. That's the camera shaking, not the railing. And so the real issue was the steps right here. And you can see all the nails that are done on here. And on top of it, this stuff wasn't hand nailed, this was air nailed. So they just fired these nails in here, probably the builder, you know. But when you look at this railing here, see it? That's not the camera, that's actually the railing. And so part of it, I'll show you why. There isn't a screw in this thing. We need to add at least one 4x4 post right here, mid-span on the deck rail. It's really supposed to be every 6 feet for code. And you can see as I'm walking down, see how bouncy that is? Because there's nothing on this bottom stringer. This thing's just floating on the pad right here. So at the bottom of the stringers back here, we're gonna need you to set 2 4x4 pressure treated posts in concrete. I'm not going to dig it up now, but it looks like these posts are set in concrete. But again, because it's nailed and they put this cross brace right here, nailed to the inside. If you watch this inside corner, see it moving? Hold on. See the black line get wider? And so this actually needs to be on the outside, bolted or screwed through. We'll add some screws here and call it a day, and that'll meet her requirement if they go ahead with this amendment. You know, the thing about buyers and sellers, they get these amendments and it's really what y'all agree upon. I always tell sellers, if you got a buyer that signed off on an inspection amendment, go ahead and knock out the work and be done with it. Unless you open your door in the morning, there's a line of 10 people in front of your house, sign it and get it done. And if there's a line of 10 people in front of your house, you know you got it priced too cheap. So anyway, it is what it is. We do everything. You can catch us at 770-912-2829, or sometimes you can get me at 770-265-9017. My brother and I have been doing this for 25 years now. It's hard to believe. See you at the next house. Bye for now.